Sat Shri Akal everyone. So today I am going to discuss Hinduism with you. This is continuing from our spiritual series in which the last video I tried to introduce Eastern spirituality and spirituality in general to you. Now I am going to discuss the world's oldest religion, Hinduism. Now, about Hinduism, I can tell you many things. I can tell you about the system of scriptures like Shrutis, Samritis, Vedas, Gitas, all that. I can tell you about schools of philosophies like Vedanta, Mimamsa, Nyaya, Vaisheshik, Yoga, all about that. I can tell you about various paths or marks through which you can attain moksha or enlightenment like Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, and all that. But I believe that all that will become just a theoretical jargon for you and you'll miss the essence. My purpose is to give you something which you can take with yourself, imbibe in your life, and make your life better. If it doesn't benefits you, if it doesn't make your life better, then what's use it is it? We are not in this life just for debating things which doesn't even matter to us in real life. So my purpose is to tell you things which affect your life, which can make your life better. And that is the purpose of spirituality and religion anyway. So that according to me is the right path. Now, a disclaimer that if you belong to any other religion, whether Abrahamic, whether Eastern religion, it doesn't matter. Even if you are a communist, if a thing is good, if it can help you on an individual level, you must take it. Or if you are convinced by it, you can take it or not. But a healthy discussion is very important in a civilized society. So let's begin. I, myself, being born in a Hindu family, having seen its culture, having seen its way of life, firstly, before going into the spirituality or religion, I would try to give you some things which are in essence of Hinduism and you can imbibe. First one is disorganization. Hinduism is a disorganized religion in itself. The only religion with no founder, no essential text, and no exact time with when it was founded or when it started. Now, to some intellectuals, it may be seen as a weakness of the religion, but I see it as a strength. You see, any religion which has a definite founder, definite text, and everything definite or already mentioned, it is very difficult to bring a reform in that religion. The thing which is flexible can be reformed. And it is because of this disorganization of religion, today I can say that Hinduism in its essence is a living religion. All other religions, in some way or the other, due to their organization, have become very rigid. They have been crept in by many superstitions and many weaknesses, and also because of their organization, they can't be reformed now, or it is very difficult to reform them. That's where Hinduism gives you the freedom that if through your belief, through your faith, through your confidence, and through the truth in you, if you can reform the religion, you can convince the people, the religion is ready to be reformed. This religion never opposed any Buddha, any Mahavira, any Charvak. All the people who attained to these heights were respected even by the Hindus. No one was crucified in this religion. This disorganization, I believe, is the biggest strength of Hinduism, that it lets you the freedom to reform the society. And even today, you can find many reformers who are reforming Hindu religion and bringing fresh and true thoughts into it. Two of my favorites of them are Acharya Prashant and Premanand Maharaj. They are doing a great job in reforming the society. Another biggest strength of Hinduism, which I believe, is the power of assimilation. Whenever any thought have erupted in this Indian subcontinent, it has been assimilated into the Hindu religion. whether it is of Charvak, idol worship, non-idol worship, atheism, theism. You can find all the contradicting thoughts in this religion. Almost you can say Hinduism is a religion which contains many different religions into it. Another reason which you can give to this is that the word Hindu is not a name which is derived from any Hindi or a Sanskrit word. It is a name given to us by the Persian invaders to address the people who lived on the east of the Sindhu River. That's why we are Hindus. But Hindu religion accepts so much freedom that even we adopted the name Hindu. This power of assimilating every thought which erupted into this subcontinent has given very much strength to Hinduism. It never became irrelevant. Every other civilization which erupted around the same time, be it of Mesopotamia of or any other, they never lived to such an age to which Hinduism have survived. It is because of its power of assimilation, it's because of its power of tolerance that it has survived, it has remained relevant. This should be adopted by every individual, that if he encounters an opposing thought, he would first have his mind, have his philosophy so much disorganized that he can assimilate another thought into it. This could become a greatest strength of an individual by which he can remain relevant as much as eternally. Third thing, which I believe to be a major strength of Hinduism, is respecting the teachers. Now, recently I am exploring Marxism and also explaining that on my Hindi and Punjabi channel. When I read about Marx, he have said this about his teacher Hegel, that Hegel was standing on his head and I have did him right. If is seen from a Hindu lens, this is a very much insult of the teacher. You take any great philosopher, any great saint, anyone who is even considered God, maybe it's Sri Ram or even Sri Krishna, they even respect the teachers who have given them knowledge, even if they were gods. Teacher or guru is so much respected in Hindu tradition, and this point is also seen in almost every religion of the East. They have taken it from Hinduism, that you have to respect your teacher, you have to respect your master. You can't insult him like that I have inverted him and made him stand on his feet, or I have corrected him. This has come to be one of another biggest strength of Hinduism, respecting your master. And the last thing which I would like to say to you is adjusting with the nature. The tolerance in Hinduism is not limited to adjusting with other religions or other thoughts. It has also adjusted itself with nature. The Western minds believe in conquering the nature through science, through technology, and etc. The Indian mind believes in adjusting with the nature. It is a very interesting thing you would note. You see, air conditioners. In the air conditioners, a basic scientific principle is being used, which is also occurring on many cold places. The principle of thermostatics, which is occurring in naturally cold places, is being replicated into air conditioner so that it can cool a place which is relatively hot. Here, the basic principle of nature is being used artificially in a new place, and it is called technology. Now, in its place, what would a Hindu mind will do or an Indian mind will do? He, through the practices of yoga, would try to change his body, would inculcate such techniques and methods into his body that he will naturally use the principle of conditioning and would cool himself. There are many hot yogas, many techniques in yoga by which you can cool down your own body through using the principle of conditioning in the nature. That's the basic difference between a Western and a Hindu mind. Western mind adjusts the nature according to his need. the Hindu mind adjusts himself according to his need in nature. These points, I believe, make the core of Hindu religion, which has made it being relevant till today. It is because of these principles Hindu religion has been relevant and will be relevant for the ages to come. Now, moving towards the spiritual or the philosophical part of the religion, I want to discuss the philosophy of Vedanta with you. This is the most respected and the most trusted philosophy in Hinduism. And it is not even limited to Hinduism. Vedanta for Hinduism is what is Sufism for Islam, and the vice versa. In other words, it's the most beautiful part of the religion. Vedanta basically means the end of Vedas, and Vedas means knowledge. So Vedanta means the end of knowledge. Whatever knowledge the human mind can accumulate, can inquire, that is the limitation which Vedanta surpasses. Now, even though I am also stating this to you through my mind, but these aphorisms, these sutras, these verses are the result of long meditations, long realizations by the rishis, by the saints and the seers of our religion, which have come to you. You are understanding it through the mind, but it is said that these are beyond the mind. Vedanta essentially believes that the God or the eternal thing is known as Brahm, and we have inside ourselves the Atma, the conscious which dwells in this world. Atma and the Brahm are related. How they are related and how to discover this and realize this relation is basically all the philosophy which through many Indian philosophers have come through, which we are going to discuss in a moment. There is this Atman which is inside us, which is us, and there is Brahm. They are related, already related. But this relation is not realized by us because of ignorance or agyan. There are many ways to realize this, whether it is bhakti, devotion, whether it is gyan or knowledge, or whether it is karma or duty. Hinduism believes that through performing your duty, through acquiring knowledge, or through devotion, you can realize the Brahm through your Atma. Three scriptures are basically the main scriptures of Vedanta. First one are the Upanishads or the endmost part of Vedas. Three main scriptures of Hinduism: the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, and the Bhagavad Gita. These three constitute the main Vedantic literature. If one wants to be a master in Vedanta or wants to be known as an Acharya, he should comment on these three literature: the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, and the Gita. Now let us see various philosophies which emerged from Vedanta and various philosophers who brought out these philosophies. The first one is Advaita Vedanta or Vedantic monism. This was famously given by the philosopher Adi Shankaracharya. They believed the Atman and the Brahm is one, inseparable, and they appear as different because of this world which he calls Maya. Maya or the illusory world is there because of the ignorance of the one who contains the Atman. So Atman and Brahm is one, appears different because of Maya, and Maya appears because of ignorance. If one acquires knowledge or wisdom through meditation, discussing scriptures, or being in the presence of the learned men, he can get independence from the Maya and become one with the Brahm. This appears very similar to the concept of the Matrix movie, where you are engaged in the Matrix, also known as Maya in Advaita Vedanta. If you acquire knowledge or realization, you can become one with reality, true reality, or Brahm. Many of the lines in other religions, many of the verses in other religions also correspond to this theory of Advaita Vedanta. For example, in Bible, John 10:30, Jesus says, I and the Father are one. This oneness can also be viewed through the lens of Advaita Vedanta. Both talk about the one. In a commentary text of Judaism, also known as Zohar, there is a saying that God fills everything with itself. This concept can also be equated to the Vedantic concept of Brahm. Also in Islam, the line La ilaha illallah, there's no God but one. It also talks about the oneness of God. And in the most recent religion, Sikhism, it also starts with the verse Ik Onkar Satnam. It also talks about oneness. In the Vedantic text Bhagavad Gita itself, there is a shlok Sarva Dharm Paritajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraj. O Arjun, leave all other duties and come under me, the one. This also talks about the oneness. So, this Vedantic principle of oneness is common in almost all the religions. The spiritual part of every religion talks about this oneness. Then, the another philosophy which derived from Vedanta is Vishisht Advaita, qualified monism. It is given by Ramanujacharya. They believed that there is Atman, there is Brahm. Atma is one with Brahm, but as an extension. It is a part of, in other words, it is a spark of Brahm. It is part of Brahm, but as an extension. So it believes in monism, but an extensional monism, believing Atman to be a part of Brahm. Another philosophy which emerged out of Vedanta was Dvaita Vedanta. It believes in perfect dualism. Atman and the Brahm are separate, and Atman is the servant of Brahm. One should, through his devotion, through his service to God, should become enlightened, should realize what is Brahm, and then dwell in ultimate bliss with the knowledge of Brahm. This Dvaitavad or dualism was given by Madhvacharya. After that, the other philosophy is dualistic monism, Dvaita-Advaitavad by Nimbarkacharya. He believed that the Atman and the Brahm are same, and also different. Like the rays of the sun identified with the sun, but also different from the sun. They contain the same properties, but are different. This way, he defined the relationship between Atman and the Brahm, that they are related, they are one, but also different or separate. After this, the philosophy comes of Shuddh Advaita, pure monism. This was given by Vallabhacharya. Vallabhacharya said that the concept of Maya in Shankaracharya's philosophy is wrong. The world as it is viewable is real. There is no Maya. There is no illusion. This world is real and the Atma is one with the Brahm. And because of its ignorance, it can't see the Brahm. If the ignorance disappears through knowledge, he can see the Brahm. It was a very simple philosophy. Just it rejected the concept of Maya, that the world is an illusion. It believed the world to be very real. And in the end, the last philosophy which we are going to discuss is Achintya Bheda-Bhad, inconceivable difference, non-difference. It was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whole of the ISKCON movement is the product of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This philosophy is followed by all the ISKCONites. All the people who are related to the ISKCON movement believe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be their original philosopher, original guide. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu believed that there is a duality. There is a difference between Atman and the Brahm, but it is inconceivable. The normal human mind can't conceive it. So just by serving the Lord, by taking or chanting the name of Krishna or the Lord or Hari, one can realize the Brahman. So these all the philosophies are which emerged from the Vedanta, and through their thinking and through their philosophizing, they gave a system, they gave methods, they gave philosophy on how to attain to realization of the Brahman. First one, the Advaita, it believed that Brahm and Atman are inseparable, the same, and they appear different through because of the illusory world known as Maya. Second, the Vishisht Advaita means that Atma and the Brahm are one, but Atma is an extension of the Brahm. Third, Dvaita means Atma and Brahm are different, they remain different, and through the bhakti, through devotion, the Atma can realize the Brahm. The fourth, the Dvaita-Advaita. It means dualistic monism. Just as the rays of the sun are one and different from the sun, the same way Atma is one and also different from the Brahman. Fifth, Shuddh Advaita, just rejecting Shankaracharya's theory of Maya, Atma and Brahma are one and this world is also real. And last, Achintya-Bheda-Bhad, which means that there is difference, there is non-difference, but that difference and non-difference is inconceivable. These are all the philosophies associated with Vedantism. Now, there are many more things related to Hinduism. They are attached to Hinduism in very little spiritual sense, more in the ritualistic sense. They will later come on in our discussions, but till now I have believed I have given you the basic foundation of what Hinduism is, its basic philosophical part and basic essence of Hinduism. I believe this much is enough if you want to go and now explore the scriptures. We will take up many scriptures from Hinduism later on, but till now I believe that this much is enough if you want to now explore Hinduism in its detail. Next, we will take up the discussion on the religion Jainism. Till then, see you in the next video. Thank you.